For Riverina.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Member for Canberra, nobody denies that there have been success stories for people who have come to this nation, people who have been granted humanitarian visas, people who have contributed mightily to our nation. But to say that we are politicising and weaponising this and there's no gutter into which we won't stoop, I think is a bridge too far. I think that is just putting the divisive nature of this whole topic where it doesn't need to go. There is a front-page story on the Daily Telegraph today, and the heading is "Who vetted his visa?" It needs a question mark, but we'll let that go through to the keeper. The fact is that Claire Armstrong, who is a very balanced journalist, has written this article, which has a kicker heading, "Coalition demands to know why this man was let in." And this man is visual artist Fayez El-Hassani. Now, he has been granted a visa to Australia. He has previously hosted political members of Hamas and other terrorist organisations at his Gaza Art Institute, and he's had brothers and sons affiliated with the same violent groups. 3 of his deceased brothers and 2 of his sons participated in groups designated as terror organisations by either Australia or its allies. This man should be on the first plane out of here. This man should be. Yep. And the Immigration Minister, the member for Watson today, when the member for Wannon, the Shadow Immigration Minister, was asking the Prime Minister, I might add, questions, but answered by the Minister, I appreciate it is his portfolio, and he kept continuing to say, well, this is the department. This is our officials. And yes, that is true, but it is Labor. It is Labor who's the government, and it is on their watch. And it is not just the member for Wannon who is asking the questions. He is asking it on behalf of the people of Australia. And right at the end of question time, when there was an interjection, running scared, and there was this back and forth about running scared. I tell you who's running scared. It is not just the Prime Minister running away from the questions. It is the Australian public are very worried. The Australian public are very scared, and they are scared about their safety. Yeah. Now, if just cast your mind back 2.5 years, and the question remains, are Australians better off now than when they were 2.5 years ago? Are Australians safer now than what they were 2.5 years ago? And the answer, unfortunately, to both questions is a resounding no. Australians are not better off, and Australians certainly don't feel safer. Now, I know the member for Wills is a man of good intent, a man of good heart. He was Prime Minister Rudd's national security advisor. He's been put in a role as a special envoy for social cohesion. He's filled that particular position since July, and it's a big ask. It's a big demand on him. We should not need a special envoy for social cohesion. But unfortunately, we've got types like this Fayez El-Hassani, who has been let into this country wrongly, and he should be on the first plane out of here. But unfortunately, it's the likes of him and others who are now in this country on visas, granted under this government's watch, who are causing social disruption, social incohesion, and it is causing people to feel unsafe in their homes. Why is it right that aged care centres who have many Holocaust victims now have to have security put in place? Yeah. Why is it right that Jewish schools have to have armed guards protecting their children, our children, Australian children who were born here, who know no different? They have lived the Australian lifestyle. They are Australians. Then we've got mongrels like this bloke who've come into this country and who should be on the first plane out of here. But unfortunately they're not. They've been let in by this government. They are causing social disruption, and it is just wrong. And the Australian people have had a gutful, and they are demanding to know, why is this so? Why is this the case? And Labor, the Minister, and the Prime Minister cannot give those answers. They cannot provide the social cohesion that should be the first order of government.